Republic with the biggest expose in the Jharkhand illegal mining scam. We show you how the proceeds of crime were laundered. Republic investigation reveals how Jharkhand Chief Minister aide Pankaj Mishra used his influence to control the mining business. Raids protest showdown with 5 top RJD leaders under the radar. It's an action-packed trust vote day in Bihar. It's a mega exclusive. Indian Army foils Pakistan terror bid. Republic breaks the Pakistan terror tape. Even Jaivir Shergill dumps the Vadra Congress, resigns as Congress national spokesperson. Deceased BJP leader Sonali Phogat's family alleges foul play in her death, claims she was poisoned. Starting this edition with some breaking news now coming in the illegal mining scam, where we are given to understand that as far as Prem Prakash is concerned, the middleman, top sources now confirming to Republic TV, he's essentially responsible for 90% of the cash diversion in the illegal mining scam. In fact, the Enforcement Directorate is looking at about 1,000 crore illegal scam. The probe is underway. The third important point here is that as far as Prem Prakash is concerned, a large part of the money was also raised through transfer postings. He's considered to be someone who's close to Chief Minister Hemant Soren. And also on your screens right now, the recoveries that have been made from one of the premises of Prem Prakash, the only network to have got access to the videos that have from his premises where the searches were carried out. Let me quickly get a word from our senior editor Prakash. Prakash, we're getting in more details with regards to the searches that were carried out. I'm being told by my sources that 90% of the cash routing was basically done by Prem Prakash, and not just that, also money was made through transfer postings. It turns out that this is going to be a huge embarrassment for the Jharkhand government.
Well, I think, Sawan, that gradually the entire mining scam case is moving towards the Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren. And so far, many close associates of Hemant Soren have been arrested or raided. And Prem Prakash is not only the only exception. Prior to that, Abhishek Mishra and various other people, his media in charge, as well as other people have been raided and arrested, and cash recoveries to the tune of 19 crore rupees have been recovered so far earlier last month itself. And this entire scam is pointing towards Hemant Soren now. Prem Prakash used to divert all the 90% of the funds through different channels and it has been invested into different properties. That's what we get to know, multiple properties, and that's what the CBI raided the premises of Prem Prakash today. And we'll get to know the further details of the raid later on as to what else has been recovered from Prem Prakash's premises. But it is certain that 90% of the proceeds of the illegal mining was being diverted at the behest of Prem Prakash, who is again a close aide of Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren. So already problems and troubles looming large on Hemant Soren, the Chief Minister of Jharkhand, as he is facing a case in the Election Commission for the disqualification of his membership from the Jharkhand Assembly, which can be delivered anytime soon. That's what we get to know. And Hemant Soren is also contemplating the fact of nominating his wife Kalpana Soren as the chief ministerial candidate of the UPA. So I think that the investigating agencies are heading towards Hemant Soren in a gradual process, and very soon, if Hemant Soren is in trouble, I will not be surprised.
Right. Well, I'll request you to stay on, Prakash, as we've also accessed some exclusive documents as far as the illegal mining scam is concerned. This is pertaining to the Enforcement Directorate's investigation. These are inside details of the ED investigation. The Enforcement Directorate is essentially focusing on the role of middleman Prem Prakash as well as close aide of Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren's, that is Pankaj Mishra. In fact, take a look at some of the exclusive documents that have been accessed, which throws light on the role that has been played by a man who goes by the name of Pankaj Mishra, arrested by the Enforcement Directorate on 19th of July, and his association with history cheaters Bachchu Yadav and Dahu Yadav.
In a mega crackdown, the ED launched multi-state raids in 17 locations in the Jharkhand illegal mining scam. The recoveries from Prem Prakash, who is touted to be a close associate of Chief Minister Hemant Soren, include AK-47s and ammunitions. And now, Republic TV has accessed scathing details of the modus operandi of the illegal mining scam.
Take a look at this particular document where they make a mention that Pankaj Mishra is a representative of Hemant Soren from Bihar and enjoys a political clout. Now, who exactly is Pankaj Mishra? Here they are making a mention of the fact that Pankaj Mishra is involved in rampant illegal mining in Sahibganj and its adjoining areas. He has been using his influence and dominance to control mining businesses and also inland ferry services in Sahibganj and its adjoining areas. He himself has been allotted mining lease in Sahibganj in the name of his proprietorship firm Mahakal Stone Works, and also the fact that using this lease he carries out illegal mining extensively at several sites.
Republic has accessed details of how 125 FIRs already exist on the issue of illegal mining that the ED has merged to continue its probe. Republic TV has details of how the probe was initiated based on FIRs and assessment of the National Green Tribunal.
All attempts to claim vendetta in the mining scam falls flat because at the bedrock of this probe are orders of the National Green Tribunal on 7th of May 2019. Take a look at what is written in that order. As far as the mining scam is concerned, this is what the court had to say. Undeniable, there are large number of illegal stone mines and crushers operating in the area which have now either been closed or at the stage of compliances for the pollution norms. Considering this, there is also necessity to assess the environmental damages. There's a quantum of minerals extracted and crushed.
Republic TV has accessed details of how a political hand just cannot be ruled out in the multi-crore illegal mining scam.
Exclusive documents with Republic TV show how Pankaj Mishra, a man who was arrested by the Enforcement Directorate on 19th of July, could be the crucial link to unearth the bigger fish. Take a look at what is written in this Enforcement Directorate's document, in which Pankaj Mishra is essentially being called someone who enjoys political clout, a representative of Hemant Soren. The fact that it is his mining lease that was being used to carry out illegal mining extensively at several sites in Jharkhand. He is the one who is essentially carrying out rampant illegal mining in Sahibganj.
There has been political protests in the past. But now, Republic has led the coverage and shown you the recoveries, the evidence and the key accused in the net. Can the illegal mining scam be sidestepped anymore? A Republic exclusive report.
Well, in fact, we've accessed pictures of Sahibganj district where this illegal mining was carried out. In fact, perhaps we could also put those pictures out for you to understand how exactly over a period of time the entire area was completely flattened simply because of the illegal mining that was carried out. And who was really doing it? Pankaj Mishra, I'm given to understand, is one such person. Prem Prakash is the other person, the middleman who is now being probed by the Enforcement Directorate. Let me bring in Prakash right now. Prakash, as we were basically highlighting, for the Jharkhand government or even the opposition parties to basically claim a vendetta, it seems to be falling flat on their face simply because of the fact that this is a case that is being probed by the Enforcement Directorate based on multiple FIRs. Over 100 FIRs have already been registered. All of that have now been clubbed. A predicate offence is there. NGT has also spoken about the very fact that there was rampant illegal mining that was going on. And when I was speaking to some of my sources within the enforcement directorate, they say that following the arrest of Bachchu Yadav, many of the Adivasis have taken a sigh of relief.
Well, Shawan, as you rightly pointed out, it's been a threadbare investigation so far as this mining scam in Jharkhand is concerned, because we have been tracking this story for the past 2.5 months or so. And the way it has panned out, it seems that Hemant Soren, I must say this, that Hemant Soren is hand in glove with all the people who were involved in the wrongdoing pertaining to the mining scam. It all first started with the ED raids that were conducted at IS officer Pooja Singhal's residence, and then the mining scam was also unearthed, and there was a case in the High Court, Jharkhand High Court, which was taken cognizance of, and thereafter multiple raids were conducted at the residence of Dahu Yadav, Bachchu Yadav, Pankaj Misra, and they're all close associates of Hemant Soren, and specifically Barhet, where the raids were conducted. And Barhet is the area from where Hemant Soren has been nominated to the Jharkhand Assembly constituency, and specifically the 30 crore rupees vessel that was recovered by the ED, which was used to ferry the illegal mining chips to various places. That was also an eye-opener. And proceeds of the crime, I must say that to the tune of more than 25 to 30 crores in cash have already been recovered. And this entire scam pans out to more than 150 to 200 crores as of now. So the involvement of Hemant Soren's aides as of now is clear. Now, at whose behest they were working, because Hemant Soren is in charge of the mines department in Jharkhand, apart from being the chief minister. I fail to understand how on earth could a chief minister get a mining lease allotted in his name, and that too in the close vicinity of Ranchi, around 30 to 35 kilometers from Ranchi in Angadha mining area. So that changed the perception for Hemant Soren. During COVID times, Hemant Soren's perception was very high. He was working well. But now the perception has dipped. And now it has come to a point that he may face disqualification on charges of office of profit by the Election Commission in near future. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Prakash, for putting this story into perspective. Yet another exclusive by Republic TV. Shifting focus now to the other big investigation that's being carried out by the Central Bureau of Investigation. We're getting you a super exclusive of the Bihar land for jobs scam. The Republic has now accessed sensational land gift deeds, which shows how Lalu's aide, Bhola Yadav, has signed as a witness in every deed. It's now out in black and white how exactly Rabri Devi signed on the land deed, and also how Lalu's aide facilitated the land for jobs scam. Take a look.
CBI raids in the scam where about 1.5 lakh square feet land was acquired by Lalu and family were on. The allegations are of Group D jobs being allotted in lieu for land when Lalu Prasad was railway minister. 3 top RJD leaders faced raids on their residences. Tejashwi Yadav is trying to brazen it out in the assembly.
मतलब आप भाजपा के साथ रहिएगा, हाथ मिला लीजिएगा तो राजा हरिश्चंद्र बन जाओगे, और हाथ नहीं मिलाइएगा तो भ्रष्टाचारी, क्रिमिनल, रेपिस्ट, और पीछे ईडी, सीबीआई, इनकम टैक्स को लगा दिया जाएगा। अब आप बताइए कि पूरी तरीके से बेबुनियाद आरोप हम लोगों पे लगाया गया, और एक नया चीज आप फिर लेकर के आ गए हैं। अब ये आईआरसीटीसी का मामला, नौकरी जमीन का मामला।
But now Republic Media Network has accessed the gift deeds, which only goes on to show that Rabri Devi and Heba Yadav were direct beneficiaries of the land that was acquired through these gift deeds. The entire modus operandi has now been revealed with the documents accessed by Republic Media Network, which shows that undeserving candidates who had basically applied for Group D and Group C appointments in the railway department were basically given jobs in lieu of land that was given in the name of Lalu Prasad Yadav's family members. In fact, some of the documents accessed by us shows that land parcel worth about 62 lakh rupees was handed out to Lalu Prasad Yadav and his family members for just about 4 lakh rupees. And this was not just one such case. There have been multiple such cases where land parcels were gifted to his family members at throwaway prices.
Meritorious job seekers lost out. One family allegedly gained acres and acres of land, and the country suffered. The land for job scam cannot be brushed aside anymore. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
It's a Republic mega exclusive. This afternoon, viewers, we got you two videos which showed the movement of Pakistani terrorists in the Nowshera sector. On 22nd of August, around 8:55 in the evening, two terrorists were trying to enter India. There was an attempt to infiltrate. In fact, we've accessed the videos. This is the Loris videos surveillance video that has been accessed by Republic TV, where they were spotted. Moments later, an explosion took place. Full details only on Republic TV.
Republic TV has accessed exclusive visuals of two Pakistani terrorists who were eliminated as the Indian Army foiled an infiltration bid along the line of control in the Rajouri district of Jammu and Kashmir. The infiltration attempt was made in the Nowshera sector on August 21st at around 8:55 p.m. Watch how Pakistani terrorist movement was caught on camera. Visuals depict how the terrorists who were attempting to sneak in unwittingly stepped on the landmine and met their end. 9 minutes after the infiltration attempt was made, one of the terrorists stepped over a landmine, causing an explosion. The movement of terrorists was captured on a surveillance camera, a long-range reconnaissance and observation system. It may be noted that Pukharni village is the only plain area on the largely hilly terrain of the line of control, where Indian and Pakistani posts can be seen facing each other.
It came 2 days after a Pakistani Fidain was arrested by the Indian Army in the same Nowshera sector, who was in a bid to carry out a Fidain attack but was apprehended hours before the same. And now the investigation is on, as two incidents have come into fore that clearly hints at the larger plot of the Pakistan to carry out a terror strike.
Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Has foiled an attempt of Pakistani terrorists to sneak in into the Indian territory. The exclusive visuals of which the Republic has broken today afternoon, that how these terrorists were trying to sneak in into the Indian territory. The two videos exposing the plot of the Pakistan, that how these terrorists were planning to sneak in into the Indian territory. And now a major haul of arms and ammunition has been recovered, including the AK-47 rifle. This is the AK rifle that has been recovered from these terrorists. Important to mention that two terrorists have been neutralized when they were trying to sneak in into the Indian territory, and based on that, Operation Kanchi was launched, in which AK-47 rifle, 2 magazines have been recovered, around 50 rounds of the AK, some cigarette packets have been recovered. This clearly establishes the Pakistani hand, that it has the marking of government of Pakistan in it. The gold cup and the capstan cigarettes, clearly marking of the Pakistan, showing how Pakistan is desperate to push terrorists into the Indian territory. And the Pakistani currency with the photo of Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the lighters, and also the dry fruits that have been recovered from these terrorists clearly shows that they have come with a plot to survive for a longer period of time, possibly a Fidain kind of attack they were planning after sneaking in into the Indian territory. And this is the recovery that has been made from these terrorists very near to the line of control. They were carrying these things with them that have now been recovered by the Indian Army. Important to mention, this was the second plot in 3 days earlier. A Pakistani Fidain attacker was apprehended by the Indian Army in the Nowshera sector itself, and he was the one who was cultivated by the Pakistani intelligence agency ISI for more than 2 years, and later he got the training from the Lashkar-e-Toiba terror training camp in the Pakistan occupied Jammu and Kashmir. This clearly establishes the Pakistan Pakistani hand and the desperation of Pakistan to push in terrorists and to carry out a major terror strike. With Sir Jeevan Kumar, Gursimran Singh for Republic Media Network.
Let me bring in my colleague Gursimran, who's there at the spot, getting us more details. Gursimran, you were there at the press briefing. Undoubtedly, this is a big win for the security forces. Take us through the details that you're picking up. 3 such attempts were made in 3 days, back-to-back attempts that have been made by Pakistan.
See, the Pakistan is desperate, and that is the reason 3 Pakistani attempts of pushing terrorists into the Indian territory have been foiled by the Indian Army. First, starting with the 21st of August on Sunday, when a Pakistani terrorist who was in a bid to carry out a Fidain attack was arrested in the Nowshera sector. Followed by it was the second bid of the Pakistan to push in terrorists that was foiled by the Indian Army in the Pukharni area of Nowshera sector. And here 2 terrorists were killed, and a huge cache of arms and ammunition, including AK rifle, magazines, Pakistani currency, Pakistani cigarette and dry fruits to survive for a longer period of time were recovered. And just now we are getting to know that another infiltration bid by the Pakistan has been foiled in the Planwala sector of Aknoor, where the forces have pushed back a Pakistani group of terrorists. 2 to 3 terrorists who were trying to sneak in. They have been fired upon, though taking the advantage of dense foliage. They have been able to sneak back to the Pakistani territory. Now the searches have been launched in the entire area to ensure that if any of the terrorists is able to sneak in into the Indian side or is somewhere near the line of control, he can be eliminated at an earliest showing. But this shows the deep conspiracy that is being hatched by the Pakistani intelligence agency and the terror groups in Pakistan so as to push terrorists into the Indian territory. Shawan.
Well, thank you very much, Gursimran, for getting us the latest details. In fact, we've also got a reaction from the Indian Army. Commander of 80 Infantry did brief the media about the recoveries that have made.
Resident of Subskot in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. He was leading a group of 2 fully armed terrorists who were waiting behind him, but they managed to escape back across the LC due to the dense foliage and broken ground. Tabrak Hussain is a seasoned terrorist guide. He was earlier also apprehended on the LC in 2016 along with his brother Harun Ali. He was then jailed before being released in November 2017. Tabrak Hussain is presently being treated for gunshot wounds by the army doctors in Rajouri. In the second operation, on the intervening night of 22nd August, a group of 2 to 3 terrorists tried to infiltrate through the Lam sector. Our alert troops picked up their movement while they were crossing the LC and then monitored the same. As the group moved, they entered own minefield, due to which a series of mines got activated and 2 terrorists were eliminated on the spot. A third, who's possibly injured and is hiding there, or he has gone back taking the advantage of inclement weather and dense foliage. In the morning of 23rd August, we flew a quadcopter in the area and we could observe the bodies of the 2 terrorists. A deliberate search was then launched through the minefield, and post the search, we have recovered their body today morning. There has been also a recovery of warlike stores, which include 1 AK-56 rifle, 3 magazines and a large quantity of ammunition. As the area is heavily mined, the search operation is being carried out very carefully and it is still under progress. We are expecting that more recoveries will take place.
Seven raids and 7 cases detailed on the biggest story tonight at 7 p.m.
Amity University Dubai has been awarded as the best university campus in the Middle East by Forbes magazine and recognized as the best university for job placements. Jumpstart your global career in Dubai with Amity, with faculty and students from over 50 nationalities. Visit amity.edu/Dubai.
Ahead of the Trust vote in Bihar's assembly today, BJP workers burnt an effigy of Chief Minister Nitish Kumar over allowing and backing the Bihar minister Mansoori's entry into the Vishnupad temple. Prime Minister Modi is set to visit Punjab's Mohali district to inaugurate the Homi Bhabha Cancer Research and Hospital and Research Centre. Meanwhile, tight security arrangements have been made in the district. The NIA is conducting raids at the residence of Advocate Mia Qayyum at the Barzula area of Srinagar. He was arrested by the Jammu and Kashmir police over the intervening night of August 4th and 5th. This, of course, was hours before the centre scrapped the erstwhile state special status. Qayyum was booked under PSA on the 7th of August and was flown to Agra jail, and he was later shifted to Tihar jail after his health condition deteriorated. After Sanjay Raut was arrested by the ED, his business partner Sujit Patkar is under the radar of the Mumbai police. The Mumbai police have registered an FIR against him and 3 others in connection with the Lifeline Hospital scam worth about 38 crore rupees. FIR has also been registered in Azad Maidan police station. Sujit Patkar and others are partners of the Lifeline Hospital management. Saurabh Bhardwaj, while taking a jibe at the BJP, said that Raja Singh is not a big leader to give such a statement and that the central leadership of the BJP is encouraging leaders like him and Nupur Sharma to make these controversial remarks. He further added that investments are taking place in Telangana and the BJP does not want that. Raids are being conducted at RJD leader Sunil Singh's residence in Patna. He is believed to be a close confidant of Lalu Yadav. This comes as fresh raids by the central agency are underway at multiple locations in Jharkhand and Bihar in its ongoing investigation in connection with illegal mining and extortion. The locations are linked. The ED is also conducting raids at 17 locations, including Harmu and Ashoknagar areas of Ranchi, on a matter related to illegal mining. It is also conducting raids simultaneously across various locations.
If you look in India, we are well on our way to a Raj 2.0, run out of Delhi instead of run out of London.
Tamil Nadu Finance Minister Thiagarajan has sparked a massive roar, compared the Modi government to the British Raj. He was speaking at the Oxford Union address. According to DRDO officials, trials of the Pinaka extended range rocket are taking place in Pokhran firing range in Rajasthan, and successful test firings have been carried.
Hate-monger Raja Singh suspended. What about others? No action against Sartan Se Juda sloganeers. Watch The Burning Question tonight at 8 p.m.
A republic with the biggest expose in the Jharkhand illegal mining scam. We show you how the proceeds of crime were laundered. Republic investigation reveals how Jharkhand CM aide Pankaj Mishra used his influence to control the mining business. Sensational Bihar land gift deeds accessed. Lalu aide witness in multiple deeds. Land gift deeds signed by Rabri Devi. Was land gifted to Lalu's family for jobs. A mega exclusive Indian Army foils Pak terror bid. Republic breaks Pak terror tips. And even Jaivir Shergill dumps the Vadra Congress, resigns as Congress's national spokesperson. Well, to the mining scam, that's been the big story coming out of Jharkhand all day today since the raids started in the morning by the Enforcement Directorate. Republic investigating team has accessed the biggest exclusive on this scam. We have accessed the inside details of the ED investigation. Now, the ED has been focusing on the role of middlemen and close aide of Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren. Remember, Pankaj Mishra is already in judicial custody, and this time it's Prem Prakash with AK-47 rifles. Take a look at this report.
In a mega crackdown, the ED launched multi-state raids in 17 locations in the Jharkhand illegal mining scam. The recoveries from Prem Prakash, who is touted to be a close associate of Chief Minister Hemant Soren, include AK-47s and ammunitions. And now, Republic TV has accessed scathing details of the modus operandi of the illegal mining scam.
Take a look at this particular document where they make a mention that Pankaj Mishra is a representative of Hemant Soren from Bihar and enjoys a political clout. Now, who exactly is Pankaj Mishra? Here they are making a mention of the fact that Pankaj Mishra is involved in rampant illegal mining in Sahibganj and its adjoining areas. He has been using his influence and dominance to control mining businesses and also inland ferry services in Sahibganj and its adjoining areas. He himself has been allotted mining lease in Sahibganj in the name of his proprietorship firm Mahakal Stone Works, and also the fact that using this lease he carries out illegal mining extensively at several sites.
Republic has accessed details of how 125 FIRs already exist on the issue of illegal mining that the ED has merged to continue its probe. Republic TV has details of how the probe was initiated based on FIRs and assessment of the National Green Tribunal.
All attempts to claim vendetta in the mining scam falls flat because the bedrock of this probe are orders of the National Green Tribunal on 7th of May 2019. Take a look at what is written in that order. As far as the mining scam is concerned, this is what the court had to say. Undeniable, there are a large number of illegal stone mines and crushers operating in the area, which have now either been closed or at the stage of compliances for the pollution norms. Considering this, there is also necessity to assess the environmental damages. There's a quantum of minerals extracted and crushed.
Republic TV has accessed details of how a political hand just cannot be ruled out in the multi-crore illegal mining scam.
Exclusive documents with Republic TV show how Pankaj Mishra, a man who was arrested by the Enforcement Directorate on 19th of July, could be the crucial link to unearth the bigger fish. Take a look at what is written in this Enforcement Directorate's document, in which Pankaj Mishra is essentially being called someone who enjoys political clout, a representative of Hemant Soren. The fact that it is his mining lease that was being used to carry out illegal mining extensively at several sites in Jharkhand. He is the one who is essentially carrying out rampant illegal mining in Sahibganj.
There has been political protests in the past. But now, Republic has led the coverage and shown you the recoveries, the evidence and the key accused in the net. Can the illegal mining scam be sidestepped anymore? A Republic exclusive report.
Well, in the pictures you can see the ravages of illegal mining, a green belt turned barren, and of course the scam itself running into hundreds of crores of rupees under political patronage. Pankaj Mishra's connections are absolutely known. He's behind bars. Apart from that, we have now Prem Prakash, a businessman there in Ranchi, and these visuals are of two AK-47 rifles, the guns recovered along with magazines and 60 rounds of fire that ED found from his residence and present in the pictures. On the other side, of course, you are seeing Hemant Soren, given the fact that it's likely that he might be under scandal for the connections that these accused have with him, having worked closely with him. But what is interesting is that while you do illegal mining, do you really need this caliber of guns? Do you need AK-47 rifles in Jharkhand? That's a big question. Let's try to understand and listen to the SHO of Ranchi on this discovery of rifles from Prem Prakash's residence during ED raids.
Are violating law in the matter of appointment, we should not be surprised. People are being arrested in Kerala for wearing black shirt or not? Tell me. Tell me. You tell me. They have been arrested or not? Yes? Then if somebody comes to your public meeting wearing black shirt, he will be arrested. And somebody who tries to assault the governor, even report Raj Bhavan wrote to the Vice Chancellor, and that is why I call him out and out criminal. Raj Bhavan wrote twice to send the report. You know what he wrote in the report? I am not a security expert. To give evidence, you need to be security expert. You will arrest people for wearing black shirt and you will not take any action if your head of the state is assaulted. The problem is what I had said at Manorama conclave about 2 weeks back, when I said unfortunately there are certain political ideologies which have not originated in India, which have originated outside. They feel that using force, compulsion, overawing somebody is politically justified. They use all these weapons against people who hold a different viewpoint. I will tell you about Irfan Habib recently. Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, he was invited by the Vice Chancellor of Aligarh Muslim University to address the university community. Irfan Habib launched campaign that Prime Minister should not be allowed to address the meeting. Why did he not do the same thing? Why did he not indulge in violence the way he indulged in Kannur? Because he knew that Chief Minister in Uttar Pradesh is Mr. Adityanath Yogi. And if he tries to use violence, what will be done to him, he knew it well. Therefore, there, his opposition was confined to verbal opposition. Here in Kannur, he thought that I am free to indulge even in violence. And this Vice Chancellor was part of that conspiracy. And all those somewhere who did not take action, surely you must ask them that why you ignored the IPC provision.
CPL leaders demanding Kannur VC to move a defamation case against you regarding the criminal.
So ask him, I will welcome it. Ask him when he is going to move it.
Governor, while introducing the bill today in Assembly, while the bill was being discussed, one of the MLAs said that RSS is trying, through Governor, to appoint RSS supporters as Vice Chancellors in universities. And so this bill has come.
So they want to stop RSS Vice Chancellors. They want to appoint Vice Chancellors who will appoint a person who is not qualified. Is there any doubt after the stay by the High Court? Did he respond to that? Then ask them, instead of asking me, that she has university ranking, that candidate had only 156 marks. Whereas the person who went to the High Court, he had how much? 564 or 600 something. So please ask that honorable member to explain it. Thank you very much.
Well, that was Kerala Governor Arif Muhammad Khan, angry at the use of at protests that took place while he was participating in a convocation at a university, and taking on the radicals who showed black flags at him. He was singling out Irfan Habib for those protests, and Kerala Governor at loggerheads with the government there, saying that he had to face violence and threat calls. That's Kerala Governor saying the way he indulged, the way he was singled out for violence in Kannur, it could not have happened in UP. So those who did it with some planning. I was made to wait for long and listen to their criticism. I was assaulted, said Arif Muhammad Khan, Governor of Kerala, and I'm very surprised and feel ashamed at being the Chancellor. That's what he said. It's moving on.
Police is conducting search here at the residence of Advocate Mia Qayyum along with two more lawyers from the High Court here in Barzila area of Srinagar, and the raids are being done in connection with the killing of Babar Qadri, who lost his life in a terror attack on 24th of September 2020, and this has been confirmed by ADGP Kashmir Vijay Kumar. That time police also arrested 5 people, 2 from the central jail and other 3 from the outside, who admitted that they are the part of the killing, and also they hatched the conspiracy because they had
Hate monger Raja Singh suspended. What about others? No action against Sartan se juda sloganeers. Watch The Burning Question tonight at 8 p.m.
According to DRDO officials, trials of the Pinaka extended range rocket are taking place in Pokhran firing range in Rajasthan, and successful test firings have been carried out during these tests developed by the DRDO. The rockets are produced by a private sector firm. The Assam Rifles has foiled cross-border smuggling of narcotics. In a joint operation with the Manipur police, cross-border smuggling of narcotics was busted, and 8.60 kgs of brown sugar worth 17.20 crores at Friendship Bridge in Manipur was recovered.
Ever since the formation of the Mahagathbandhan government in Bihar, we have been witnessing the rise in the crime graph. It seems that the administration is blindfolded to all these incidences. A firing has taken place in which one person was shot dead and one injured as well, and we got CCTV footage of incident. And day in and day out, incidences like this are occurring in different parts of Bihar.
This is going to be more trouble for Aam Aadmi Party, as we are seeing that Manish Sisodia is already under the radar of CBI. Deputy Chief Minister is summoned, and this is in the defamation case which was filed by Hemanta Biswa Sarma. The allegation which was raised in by Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, that's Manish Sisodia, and now the court has given the order, and now Manish Sisodia has to be there on 29th of September in this particular defamation case.
Ahead of the trust vote in Bihar's assembly today, BJP workers burnt an effigy of Chief Minister Nitish Kumar over allowing and backing the Bihar minister Mansoori's entry into the Vishnupad temple. Prime Minister Modi is set to visit Punjab's Mohali district to inaugurate the Homi Bhabha Cancer Research and Hospital and Research Centre. Meanwhile, tight security arrangements have been made in the district. The NIA is conducting raids at the residence of Advocate Mia Qayyum at the Barzula area of Srinagar. He was arrested by the Jammu and Kashmir police over the intervening night of August 4th and 5th. This, of course, was ours.
All right. More trouble mounts for TMC leader Anubrata Mandal as he has been sent to 14 days of judicial custody. More likely that this is going to be unending given his role under a scanner. Let's look at this report.
Trouble mounts for Mamta's man Anubrata Mandal, who was produced before the Asansol court in the cattle smuggling case today. In the latest development, Anubrata Mandal has been sent to 14 days custody and bail plea rejected by the court. A day earlier, CBI Judge Rajesh Chakrabarti allegedly received a threat letter stating if Anubrata Mandal is not given bail, the judge and his family will be falsely framed in a drug case. Meanwhile, Mandal requested the court to investigate a threat letter which he believed was against him. However, lawyers in their hearing retaliated, saying the incident has no connection with the case. Republic Bangla also confronted Anubrata Mandal, whose custody ended today.
তার জন্য বিচারককে বলবো যে সিবিআই তদন্ত দাও বিচারককে আমি তো বলবো যে আমি অনুরোধ করছি আপনাকে জোরাত করছি আপনি সিবিআই তদন্ত দাও
Mondal, who has skipped at least 10 summons in connection with the cattle smuggling case, citing ill health as an excuse, was arrested by the CBI from his Bolpur residence on August 11th. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Republic investigation reveals how Jharkhand Chief Minister aide Pankaj Mishra used his influence to control the mining business. And land gift deed signed by Rabri Devi was land gifted to Lalu's family for jobs on the other side of a short break.
Amity University Dubai has been awarded as the best university campus in the Middle East by Forbes magazine and recognized as the best university for job placements. Jumpstart your global career in Dubai with Amity, with faculty and students from over 50 nationalities. Visit amity.edu/Dubai.
After Sanjay Raut was arrested by the ED, his business partner Sujit Patkar is under the radar of the Mumbai police. The Mumbai police have registered an FIR against him and 3 others in connection with the Lifeline Hospital scam worth about 38 crore rupees. FIR has also been registered in Azad Maidan police station. Sujit Patkar and others are partners of the Lifeline Hospital management. Saurabh Bhardwaj, while taking a jibe at the BJP, said that Raja Singh is not a big leader to give such a statement and that the central leadership of the BJP is encouraging leaders like him and Nupur Sharma to make these controversial remarks. He further added that investments are taking place in Telangana and the BJP does not want that. Raids are being conducted at RJD leader Sunil Singh's residence in Patna. He is believed to be a close confidant of Lalu Yadav. This comes as fresh raids by the central agency are underway at multiple locations in Jharkhand and Bihar in its ongoing investigation in connection with illegal mining and extortion. The locations are linked. The ED is also conducting raids at 17 locations, including Harmu and Ashoknagar areas of Ranchi, on a matter related to illegal mining. It is also conducting raids simultaneously across various locations.
If you look in India, we are well on our way to Raj 2.0.
Breaking news development coming in. A special session of the Delhi Legislative Assembly has been called on 26th of August. That's Friday. Fireworks expected as the opposition might try to put the government on the mat. Though, of course, they don't have enough numbers in the Delhi Assembly. But the liquor gate has exploded and the BJP would want perhaps to make itself heard in the Delhi Assembly, and of course it gives an opportunity to the Aam Aadmi Party government to put across its side of the story on 2 counts. 1, why they withdrew the new policy in favor of the old one if they thought that the new was the best in the world, and 2, whether who was behind the offer to Manish Sisodia to break the Aam Aadmi Party. Would there be clarity during the Assembly session? State set for Liquorgate fireworks on Friday, that's August 26. A special session of the Delhi Assembly called.
Seven raids and 7 cases detailed on the biggest story tonight at 7 p.m.
Going to be more trouble for Aam Aadmi Party, as we are seeing that Manish Sisodia is already under the radar of CBI. Deputy Chief Minister is summoned, and this is in the defamation case which was filed by Hemanta Biswa Sarma. The allegation which was raised in by Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, that's Manish Sisodia, and now the court has given the order, and now Manish Sisodia has to be there on 29th of September in this particular defamation case.
Ahead of the trust vote in Bihar's assembly today, BJP workers burnt an effigy of Chief Minister Nitish Kumar over allowing and backing the Bihar minister Mansoori's entry into the Vishnupad temple. Prime Minister Modi is set to visit Punjab's Mohali district to inaugurate the Homi Bhabha Cancer Research and Hospital and Research Centre. Meanwhile, tight security arrangements have been made in the district. The NIA is conducting raids at the residence of Advocate Mia Qayyum at the Barzula area of Srinagar. He was arrested by the Jammu and Kashmir police over the intervening night of August 4th and 5th. This, of course, was hours before the centre scrapped the erstwhile state special status. Qayyum was booked under PSA on the 7th of August and was flown to Agra jail, and he was later shifted to Tihar jail after his health condition deteriorated. After Sanjay Raut was arrested by the ED, his business partner Sujit Patkar is under the radar of the Mumbai police. The Mumbai police have registered an FIR against him and 3 others in connection with the Lifeline Hospital scam worth about 38 crore rupees. FIR has also been registered in Azad Maidan police station. Sujit Patkar and others are partners of the Lifeline Hospital management. Saurabh Bhardwaj, while taking a jibe at the BJP, said that Raja Singh is not a big leader to give such a statement and that the central leadership of the BJP is encouraging leaders like him and Nupur Sharma to make these controversial remarks.
Additional police forces have been deployed in parts of the city in Hyderabad following overnight protests against suspended BJP legislator Raja Singh's alleged remarks against Prophet Muhammad that stretched into Wednesday morning. Videos also emerged of AIMIM leaders taking part in the protests where violent beheading threats were made. The public questioned the AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi over the same. Here's what he had to say.
नहीं देखिए, कोर्ट का फैसला है, मगर ज़रा ताज्जुब ख़ेज़ है, ज़रा स्ट्रेंज है, क्योंकि उन्होंने जब ये वीडियो जारी किया जिसमें इस्लाम और प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम के बारे में बकवास, गंदगी, अनाप शनाप, झूठ और एक डेरोगेटरी लैंग्वेज का इस्तेमाल किया है, तो उसके बाद उस वीडियो में आप ये कि मैं और एक ऐसा वीडियो बनाऊंगा भी है, तो मुझे लगता था कि शायद 41 CRPC काफ़ी हो जाएगी, की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, क्योंकि उन्होंने ये थ्रेट किया है कि मैं दोबारा इस तरह का अनाप शनाप का वीडियो बनाऊंगा। हम तेलंगाना सरकार से और पुलिस के जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है उनसे इस बात का डिमांड करते हैं कि वो फ़ौरन उनको अरेस्ट करके उनको जेल भिजाना चाहिए, बल्कि जेल जुडिशल कस्टडी से पहले इनको पुलिस अपनी कस्टडी में लेकर इनका वॉइस सैंपल FSL से कराए, ताकि इनके खिलाफ एक लीगली स्ट्रॉन्ग और टाइट केस बन सके, क्योंकि ये पहली मर्तबा नहीं है, ये हमेशा इस तरह की बातें करते आते हैं जिससे एक समुदाय की बेइज्जती, एक समुदाय के जो बुजुर्ग हैं, उन्होंने हालिया 1 महीना पहले ख्वाजा गरीब नवाज रहमतुल्लाह अलैह के बारे में कहा नाउज़ुबिल्लाह कि वो डाकू हैं। तो इस तरह एक उनका रिकॉर्ड है, तो इसलिए हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि पुलिस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन कानूनी जो रेक्टिफिकेशन है उसको फॉलो करके दोबारा उनको उनके ऊपर एक्शन लेगा और अरेस्ट करेगा।
लेकिन सर हम साथ में ये भी देख रहे हैं कि परसों भी प्रोटेस्ट हुए थे, कल भी प्रोटेस्ट हुए, हालांकि कोर्ट के ऑर्डर्स के बाद भी हमने देखे कि कई वायलेंट प्रोटेस्ट हुए और स्टेटमेंट्स, स्लोगन्स सर तन से जुदा के जैसे।
नहीं, वायलेंस कहीं पर नहीं हुआ है। जो आप नारों की बात कर रहे हैं, मैं फिर से इस बात को दोहरा रहा हूं कि प्रोटेस्ट करना हम तमाम का एक बुनियादी हक है, मगर सुनिए स्लोगन्स आप जब लगा रहे हैं तो आप तशद्दुद के लिए वायलेंस की बात मत करिए। इस बात को हम तमाम को समझने की ज़रूरत है कि भाजपा और संघ परिवार हैदराबाद में जो 8 साल से पुरअमन माहौल है, तेलंगाना जो तरक्की कर रहा है, उसको, उस तरक्की को और उस अमन को बिगाड़ने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। और अगर खुदा ना खास्ता तशद्दुद होगा, वायलेंस होगा, तो इससे फ़िरक़ा परस्त ताकतों को, फाशिस्ट ताकतों को, भाजपा को और संघ परिवार को फ़ायदा होगा। और शहर हैदराबाद की आवाम, तेलंगाना की आवाम भी नहीं चाहती कि कोई इस तरह का वायलेंस हो या ब्रीच ऑफ पीस हो। इसीलिए हम तमाम से अपील कर रहे हैं कि शहर के और तेलंगाना के अमन को बरकरार रखिए। प्रोटेस्ट आपका कर रहे हैं, हम तमाम कर रहे हैं। हम तमाम को बीजेपी के इस विधायक की बकवास की वजह से हम तमाम को दिली, क़ल्बी और रूहानी तकलीफ़ का सामना करना पड़ रहा है। और अब सबसे बड़ी अफसोस की बात यह है कि जिस तरह नुपुर शर्मा की बकवास के बाद पूरे विश्व में भारत को लोग देख रहे थे कैसा एक डेमोक्रेसी में रूलिंग पार्टी के लोग इस तरह की बात कर रहे हैं। हम देख रहे हैं कि चंद महीने के बाद दोबारा बीजेपी का एक विधायक वही जबान का इस्तेमाल किया जिसने नुपुर शर्मा ने इस्तेमाल किया था।
लेकिन सर, आप बीजेपी और संघ परिवार को कह रहे हैं कि वो लोग अमन और शांति हैदराबाद में खराब करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, लेकिन साथ में हम कई प्रोटेस्ट भी तो देख रहे हैं। आप स्लोगन्स सुनिए, सर तन से जुदा जैसे स्लोगन्स, तो आप उसको एक्सेप्ट करते हैं?
मैं ये कह रहा हूं कि जब प्रोटेस्ट होगा तो आप वायलेंस की बात मत करिए, और जब आप नारों की बात कर रहे हैं तो आपको ये समझना चाहिए कि मैसूर में भी एक हिंदुत्व ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के जिम्मेदार ने कहा था कि अगर सावरकर की फोटो हटाएंगे तो हाथ काट देंगे। बीजेपी के एक सीनियर लीडर राजस्थान में कहा कि हम 3 जगह पर मुसलमानों का कत्ल करवा दिए, वो गाय तस्करी के मामले में। तो किसी का भी हम जस्टिफिकेशन नहीं कबूल कर सकते। मैं फिर से आवाम से, जनता से अपील कर रहा हूं कि भाजपा को और संघ परिवार को उनके नापाक अज़ाइम में कामयाब होने मत दीजिए, और पुलिस की और सरकार की पहली जिम्मेदारी है कि वो जो कानूनी रेक्टिफिकेशन करना है करके फौरन उनको गिरफ्तारी उनके अमल में लानी जानी चाहिए, और गिरफ्तारी होनी चाहिए उनकी। देखिए, उनके इस बकवास वीडियो जो उन्होंने 24 अगस्त को जारी किया, वही तो सब तकलीफ के लिए, सबके लिए तकलीफ का बाइस बन रहा है।
आप राजा सिंह के अरेस्ट के लिए डिमांड कर रहे हैं, लेकिन साथ में आपके पार्टी के लीडर्स और वर्कर्स भी दिखे थे।
आज हमारे कॉर्पोरेटर को भी अरेस्ट किया गया है, हमारे कॉर्पोरेटर को अरेस्ट किया गया है। तो इसमें ऐसा कोई नहीं है।
आप पार्टी की तरफ से
नहीं, हम जो भी, अरे कॉर्पोरेटर खुद जब अरेस्ट हो रहा है तो हम बीच में नहीं आ रहे हैं। क्या पैगाम दे रहे हैं हम ये बता रहे हैं कि भाजपा को कामयाब होने मत दीजिए। यकीनन हमारी आंख से आंसू नहीं बल्कि खून के आंसू निकल रहे हैं जब हमने इस विधायक के वीडियो के उस गंदगी को सुना। अरे एक ज़हनी, रूहानी, क़ल्बी तकलीफ सबको हो रही है, और पूरे विश्व में भारत का क्या नाम, बड़ा नाम हो रहा है क्या?
तो आप ये ऐसे स्टेटमेंट्स को जस्टिफाई करते हैं?
मैं ऐसे स्टेटमेंट्स जो भाजपा के विधायक दे रहे, नहीं सुनिए, आप लोग ये पूरी कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि भाजपा के विधायक के उनकी गंदगी को बचाया जाए।
उनको तो पार्टी से सस्पेंड कर दिया गया है सर, उनको पार्टी से सस्पेंड।
ड्रामा है, ये एक ड्रामा है, 10 दिन का ड्रामा है, फिर वो दोबारा आ जाएंगे। मैं उस वक्त भी आज भी कह रहा हूं, नुपुर शर्मा दोबारा आएगी भाजपा में, ये शख्स भी दोबारा आएगा। ये सब आंखों में धूल झोंकने की कार्रवाई भाजपा कर रही है। और जितने सब लोग जो साथ गए थे, कौन थे वहां पे? क्या वो भाजपा के थे या आम आदमी थे? देखिए, हम जानते हैं शहर में क्या हो रहा है, तो इसलिए मेरी आपसे अदबन गुजारिश है कि हमारा फोकस इस बात पर होना चाहिए कि जिसने इस माहौल को, शहर हैदराबाद के माहौल को मकदर किया, खराब किया, कौन जिम्मेदार है उसका जिम्मेदार ये भाजपा का विधायक है। उसने प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम के बारे में इस तरह की गंदगी और बकवास बक्के पूरे शहर के लिए खतरा बन चुका है, अमन के लिए वो। इसीलिए हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि सरकार और पुलिस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन जो जरूरी कार्रवाई करना है, उनकी गिरफ्तारी के लिए वो जरूरी कार्रवाई करे।
एक आखिरी सवाल सर, आपके पार्टी ने तेलंगाना स्पीकर को भी एक लेटर लिखा है एक्सपेल्शन ऑफ राजा सिंह के लिए।
हमारे पार्टी के जनरल सेक्रेटरी जनाब अहमद पाशा कादरी साहब, जो हमारी पार्टी के जनरल सेक्रेटरी भी हैं और विधायक भी हैं, उन्होंने जनाब पोचाराम श्रीनिवास रेड्डी साहब, ऑनरेबल स्पीकर तेलंगाना को एक लेटर लिखा है जिसमें MIM की तरफ से इस बात का डिमांड किया गया है कि स्पीकर तेलंगाना राजा सिंह के खिलाफ एक्सपल्शन प्रोसीडिंग्स का आगाज करें, क्योंकि उन्होंने जो हमेशा जो ऐवान के अंदर, असेंबली के अंदर, असेंबली के बाहर जो वो लोग जो कहते हैं वो सरासर नाकाबिल कबूल है। वो संविधान के दायरे में रहकर नहीं बात करते, और जो 24 अगस्त का उनका वीडियो है वो तो साफ तौर से जो हम तमाम विधायक और सांसद ओथ लेते भारत के संविधान के, उसका वायलेशन है, और सेकुलरिज्म भारत के संविधान के बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर का हिस्सा है। हम स्पीकर साहब से इस बात का मुतालबा कर रहे हैं, उनसे रिक्वेस्ट भी करें कि आर्टिकल 194 जो हमारे संविधान और कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का हिस्सा है, उसमें उनको इख्तियार है किसी को पनिश करने का जो ब्रीच ऑफ प्रिविलेज और कंटेम्प्ट करते हैं हाउस का। तो हम ये स्पीकर साहब को ही बताए हैं कि इनके खिलाफ नेसेसरी एक्शन, एक्सपल्शन के प्रोसीडिंग्स का आगाज किया जाए, और वो रूल्स ऑफ प्रोसीजर और कंडक्ट के मुताबिक हो। और हमने जिक्र किया सुप्रीम कोर्ट के एक जजमेंट का, राजा रामपाल और आशीष शलार का, स्पीकर साहब की आसानी के लिए, और उम्मीद करते हैं कि स्पीकर साहब हमारे इस रिप्रेजेंटेशन पर गौर करेंगे।
Owaisi, of course, deflecting on the Sir Tan Se Juda question. On that note, that's all we had for 6:30 p.m. live and breaking. For the biggest story of the day, it's biggest story tonight with Niranjan in Mumbai studios.
Thank you for that, Abhishek. In fact, it's a free-for-all in Hyderabad. And the reason why we're saying it's free-for-all, because you had one hate monger. His name is Raja Singh. He makes a hate comment. He's arrested. He's granted bail. He's out. And then there are beheading calls, calls for violence. And there are more hate mongers on the streets calling for beheadings, and there's no action taken against them. We have some videos and a confrontation with one such hate monger. Let's get started with the biggest story tonight. Hyderabad on the edge as hate mongers are taking over the streets. From Sir Tan Se Juda to Congress hate tapes from Hyderabad, is it free for all? Congress leaders are on tape asking for a tax on suspended BJP leader Raja Singh. Thursday shutdown call in Hyderabad, flag march held, situation is tense. Lalu's family and aides are raided in 25 locations across Bihar. ED finds 2 AK-47s in Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren's aides home. The mystery over the illegal mining scam is getting bigger. Anand Sharma of the Congress party claims groupism in his party. Even spokespersons like Javed Shergill are quitting the Congress. Thank you for joining us on the biggest story tonight. There have been several tapes from Hyderabad. In fact, in the last 48 hours, ever since a very controversial leader, in fact, he's a hate monger himself. His name is T. Raja Singh, now suspended by the BJP, put up a video talking about the Prophet. And he was arrested, granted bail, and there are more protests across Hyderabad. In the last 48 hours, several people have come out on the streets asking for Raja Singh to be re-arrested. Some are calling for his beheading. Open calls for beheading. Political parties joining those protests where these beheading calls are being made, and mainstream parties, national parties like the Congress, fielding their leaders, asking for violence against such people. Congress leaders are on tape heard saying that Raja Singh should be attacked. There are two videos of Congress leaders calling for violence. I'd like to play out both these videos, one after the other. And it's really shocking that even leaders from the Congress, parties like the Congress, are asking for open violence, not trusting the law. Obviously, they've never trusted the law, they've never trusted the courts. We'll play out those videos. We in fact confronted one such leader. I'd like to play that interview out. His name is Feroz Khan, has he's contested on a Congress ticket from Hyderabad. He's fought the parliamentary elections, he's fought the assembly elections. And he wants Raja Singh to be attacked. So these are elected representatives or those who fight to be elected representatives asking for violence on the streets of Hyderabad. Same party that says Bharat Jodo. They say Bharat Jodo. They want to have Bharat Jodo campaigns across India, but they want Hyderabad Thodo in Telangana. Take a look at this interview with one such hate monger from the Congress party. In the last 48 to 72 hours, there has been complete mayhem in Hyderabad with one very controversial leader. Many call him a hate monger for the kind of comments that he made on social media that is literally set ablaze the communal fabric, the peace fabric of Hyderabad. And his name is Raja Singh. Raja Singh was arrested and released, and we've been looking at protests for the last 48 hours. Many leaders are fronting some of these protests. Many AIMIM leaders were seen leading these protests and asking for people to raise slogans like Sartan Se Juda. Now, many controversial leaders are making many controversial comments. And I have one leader with me, Muhammad Firoz Khan. He's from the Congress party. Muhammad Firoz Khan, you're the Congress in charge of Hyderabad. You're a political leader belonging to the Congress party. You know the law of the land is taking, is in motion, right? Now, you have an issue. The Hyderabad police has said they will correct, they'll make corrections, they will see if they can arrest him again. Now, why don't you just let the law take its course? Why are you making comments like every Muslim should beat up Raja Singh?
Raja Singh is a habituated offender. Not for the first time he is doing all this. He is doing this from past 20 years. There are 49 cases against this person. So, हिंदुस्तान का अमन चैन सुकून बर्बाद करने के लिए ये लोग पॉलिटिकल पोलराइजेशन अपना चुनाव जीतने के लिए ये हिंदू मुसलमानों के दिल में एक शर पैदा कर रहे हैं, एक नफरत पैदा कर रहे हैं। ऐसे लोग अगर से एक आध टाइम कोई गलती हो जाती, राइट, निपुण शर्मा बोली, पहली टाइम बोली, ओके राइट, गलत बात बोली, बात समझ में आती। मगर ये जो राजा सिंह है, ये कंटिन्यूसली 20 ईयर से, जब इन्हें गली का लीडर था, जब इन्हें कॉर्पोरेटर बना, जब इन्हें एमएलए बना, हर टाइम सेम हरकत करता। और इसके लिए हम कानून को बोले हैं कि पुलिस को बोले हैं कि इसको पीडी एक्ट में, प्रिवेंशन एंड डिटेंशन एक्ट में बुक करो। मुख्यमंत्री केसीआर साहब को भी हम बोले हैं कि ये फिट केस है जो अमन शांति और हिंदुस्तान और खुसूसी हैदराबाद की गंगा जमुना तहजीब को खराब कर रहा। ये नाली के कीड़े को जेल में डालो आप।
आप करो, लेकिन आप ये से क्यों बोल रहे हो कि इसको मारना चाहिए, हर मुसलमान को आके रास्ते रोड पे आके इसको मारना है करके?
बराबर बोलते। जो ये अमन शांति को खराब कर रहा, हिंदुस्तान का मतलब क्या है? यूनिटी इन डाइवर्सिटी, अनेकता में एकता। हम पाकिस्तान में नहीं है, हम इराक में नहीं है, हम तालिबान में नहीं है।
एग्जैक्टली, तालिबान में नहीं है। ये सरतन से जुदा, ऑलरेडी वहाँ पे सरतन से जुदा पूरा हो रहा है। वहाँ पे नारे लग रहे हैं।
वो सरतन से जुदा को हम अप्रिशिएट नहीं करते, हम उसको कंडेम करते। मगर राजा सिंह को सबक सिखाना बोल तो जूते मारना उसको।
सबक तो लॉ सिखाएगा। नहीं, मैं बोल रहा हूँ सबक तो लॉ सिखाएगा उसको।
नहीं सिखाना पड़ता। केसीआर को हम बोल दिए हैं।
आप क्या करेंगे? आप लोगों को क्यों बोल रहे कि जाके उसको मारो करके? आपको क्या चाहिए? डू वांट, आप अमन के बारे में बात कर रहे थे, गंगा जमुना तहजीब के बारे में बात कर रहे थे, तो आपको दंगे चाहिए आपको हैदराबाद में?
नहीं, अगर से आप इसको अरेस्ट नहीं करेंगे और आप इसको जेल में नहीं रखेंगे तो आगे जाके दंगे होंगे। तो जैसा आपके चैनल्स बोलते थे कि दंगे होते नहीं, दंगे करवाए जाते, तो ये राजा सिंह के वैसे फालतू लोगों के प्रोग्राम आ रहे थे। तो अगर से इसको जेल को नहीं डालेंगे, इसको अंदर, तो दंगे होना जरूरी है।
दंगे होना जरूरी है। नहीं,
मुसलमान
आप बोल रहे दंगे होना, फिरोज
होने में क्या होता?
नहीं, आप बोल रहे कि दंगे होंगे।
होते, सुनिए, होते। क्यों होते? राजा सिंह ये दंगों में नहीं मरता, फिरोज खान नहीं मरता, अकबरुद्दीन ओवैसी नहीं मरता, असदुद्दीन नहीं मरता, गरीब कमजोर मरता। वो तकलीफ है हमारी। इन्हें मुसलमानों की दुख की रख कुछ ही दिया इन्हें। इसको रसूलुल्लाह के बारे में, प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद के बारे में क्या मालूम? इसको नहीं मालूम। निपुण शर्मा बोले जब कितना हंगामा हो गया, पूरी दुनिया में
ये जो बोला है गलत है फिरोज। हम भी बोल रहे कि ये गलत है, लेकिन मेरा प्रश्न आपसे सिर्फ ये है कि आप कौन होते जो दो लोग को बोलता कि सब लोग मार लो उसके, सब मुसलमान उसको मारना चाहिए? ऐसा क्यों बोल रहे आप?
इसलिए कि ये 20 ईयर से सेम काम कर रहा।
तो उसको जाके उनके घर पे जाके मारेंगे आप? घर में घुस के मारेंगे उसको?
नहीं, उन्हें जिधर दिखा, घर में घुस के तो नहीं मारते, मगर उन्हें रोड के ऊपर जिधर दिखा, पब्लिक मीटिंग में जिधर दिखा उधर मारते जाके।
तो आप उनको अटैक करेंगे?
मारते, अटैक कुछ नहीं, मारते।
मारने का मतलब है अटैक करना। आप अटैक करेंगे उसको?
आपकी जो भी भाषा है, मारते तो पक्का। उन्हें
आप उनको मारेंगे?
बराबर मारते उसको।
नहीं एक चीज नहीं, आप कांग्रेस के प्रवक्ता होके ये बोल रहे हैं?
कांग्रेस बाजू कटा देखिए, मैं कांग्रेस के प्रवक्ता के साथ नकली हो मेरे को। इंडिविजुअल फिरोज खान बात कर रहे हैं आपसे, राइट?
नो बट इंडिविजुअल कैसे हो सकते हैं? कल अकबरुद्दीन ओवैसी भी बोलेंगे कि मैं इंडिविजुअल हूं, ऐसा थोड़ी ना होता है।
मैं आज जो भी स्टेटमेंट आपको दे रहा हूं, जो भी मेरा स्टेटमेंट है वो मेरा इंडिविजुअल स्टेटमेंट है, कोई पार्टी से मेरे को ताल्लुक नहीं है। इस मामले में ये हमारे सेंटिमेंट को हर्ट कर दिया, इन्हें माफी मांगना
नहीं। आपको भारत का जो कानून है उसमें भरोसा नहीं है?
बहुत भरोसा है। उसके लिए टाइम दे दिया मुख्यमंत्री को, कमिश्नर ऑफ पुलिस को, कि मेहरबानी करके 2-4 दिन में पीडी एक्ट को डालो, डाल के जेल को भेजा दो। बस
बहुत सारे लोग बाहर आ रहे हैं फिरोज, बहुत सारे लोग बाहर आ रहे हैं और बहुत गुस्सा है लोगों में, तो आप भी उसमें थोड़ा आग लगा रहे हो ना, आप लोग सब लोग।
आप बोलो आग लगा रहे हैं, तेल डाल रहे हैं, पेट्रोल डाल रहे हैं, केरोसिन डाल रहे हैं, कोई भी डाल रहे हैं। राजा सिंह गलती कर दिया, उसको माफी मांग लो, बोलो, बात खत्म हो जाती है। उन्हें माफी नहीं मांगेंगे तो बराबर हिंदुस्तान की आवाम, हैदराबाद की आवाम उसको सबक सिखाती।
हिंदुस्तान में सबक सिखाएंगे? क्या बात कर रहे हैं आप?
बराबर सिखाते। गंगा जमुना तहजीब को खराब नहीं करना, राइट? काय के लिए शर पैदा कर रहे हैं? तेलंगाना होके आज 8 साल हो गया।
ओपन थ्रेट है फिरोज, ये ओपन थ्रेट है फिरोज। आप नेता होके ऐसे बातें कैसे कर सकते हैं आप?
बस कर रहे हैं। पानी सर के ऊपर से हो गया, 20 साल से सबर कर रहे हैं। पानी जब सर के ऊपर से चली जाता तो इसी तरीके की भाषा होती। भाई साहब, एक आध टाइम 2 टाइम कोई गलती कर दिया तो हम इनको माफ कर देते, चलो छोड़ दो। मगर प्लान करके आप सोशल मीडिया
नहीं, ये जो बोल रहे हैं आप सही नहीं है फिरोज जी। आप ये बोल रहे सब लोग वहां पे फ्लैग मार्च चल रहा है और आप ऐसे बात करने से लोगों में और ज्यादा आक्रोश होगा। ये सही बात नहीं है। मैं आपको बोल रहा हूं, आप कांग्रेस के लीडर है, आप थोड़ा जिम्मेदारी से बात कीजिए आप।
नहीं, मेरे को पहली बात, आप कांग्रेस का लीडर हो के लेवल ना को देंगे, फिरोज खान बोल के आप बात करिए। मैं जो बात कर रहा हूँ हर एक मुसलमान के जज्बात की बात कर रहा हूँ। मैं तो बहुत कम बात कर रहा हूँ, पर हर मुसलमान जो मेरे को फोन करके
एक मिनट, हर मुसलमान का आप कैसे, हर मुसलमान का आप लीडर कैसे बन गए आप? हर मुसलमान का हाउ हैव यू बिकम द स्पोक्सपर्सन फॉर ऑल मुस्लिम्स?
ऑल मुस्लिम्स। जब से ये इंसिडेंट्स हुआ अब तक मेरा फोन कंटिन्यूस चल रहा, हर जगह जहां पर भी जा रहा हूँ एक ही बात बोल रहे हैं, राजा सिंह को सबक सिखाने का है, हम समझा रहे हैं।
नहीं, आपको चाहिए कि लोगों, आपको एक चीज पूछता हूँ, आपको पता है उदयपुर में क्या हुआ कन्हैया लाल के साथ? आपको पता है
गलत है
उमेश कोले के साथ क्या हुआ अमरावती? आप चाहते हैं कि ऐसा और मर्डर्स हो अक्रॉस इंडिया?
नो, लिसन, इनोसेंट गरीब नहीं मरना, जो कल्प्रिट है उन्हें जूते खाना। कल्प्रिट राजा सिंह है, राजा सिंह की प्लानिंग है, ये कॉन्स्पिरेसी है, ये 20 साल से कर रहा है इन्हें।
तो सरतन से जुदा, एक मिनट, आप